Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Kevin Owens and undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes ended the most recent edition of Friday Night SmackDown with a brutal brawl, which ended with the two stars crashing through a table. The Stamford-based company shared a social media update to mock the prizefighter over what happened on the most recent edition of the Blue brand. Owens and Rhodes continued to trade blows ahead of their ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. The American Nightmare was competing alongside Jimmy Uso in tag team action against Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga in the main event when KO showed up to distract Cody. The two started brawling while the Bloodline members decimated Uso to win the contest. Earlier today, WWE posted a clip of Kevin Owens getting up after being put through a table. The 40-year-old looked frustrated on his way to the back. The Instagram update shared by the Stamford-based company poked fun at Owens, mentioning, "KO got KO'd." The post further mocked the SmackDown superstar in the caption. WWE Hall of Famer claims Kevin Owens might be the top heel in the business. WWE legend JBL recently praised Kevin Owens' heel work and made a huge claim about the former Universal Champion. During a recent edition of Live Q&A on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Backstage Pass, the veteran was asked if Kevin Owens was among the 10 best heels of the modern era. JBL answered in the affirmative and even claimed that KO might be the top bad guy in the business. The WWE Hall of Famer then proceeded to mention several other notable heel performers. Top 10 heels. Of course, he is. He may be the top heel. I don't know. There's some great heels out there, some really good ones. There's a guy in the TNA, Frankie Kazarian. I think he's fantastic. I think MJF has done well. There's a lot of great heels out there. Randy Orton, when he is a heel, to me is different level. I saw Del Rio down in Mexico, and I know that, that's kind of a hot-button name, but that guy's one of the best heels I've ever seen, he said. 33:15 onwards. Kevin Owens has not held a singles title in the Stamford-based promotion since 2017. The veteran performer would look to end his championship drought at this year's Royal Rumble Premium Live event on February 1st, where he faces the American Nightmare in a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. The closing moments of SmackDown were a whirlwind of chaos. As the show neared its final moments, the ring was a battleground, with superstars scrambling to make a statement. Kevin Owens, never one to shy away from confrontation, found himself at the center of the storm. But when the dust settled, WWE couldn't resist taking jabs at the chaotic ending and Owens' role in it, leaving the audience buzzing with mixed emotions. The night had begun with high hopes for the show's main event, a six-man tag team match featuring Kevin Owens, the resilient WWE veteran, alongside the powerful duo of Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Their opponents were none other than the Judgment Day, led by the diabolical Finn Balor and backed by the ever-dangerous Damian Priest and Dominic Mysterio. Fans were eagerly anticipating a hard-hitting, no-holds-barred battle, expecting Owens to once again prove why he's one of the most unpredictable forces in WWE. As the match progressed, it was clear that tensions were building. Owens, known for his fiery temper and unrelenting style, clashed with every member of the Judgment Day. But the chaotic nature of the contest only amplified when, midway through the match, the lights suddenly flickered. The arena went dark. A momentary silence hung over the crowd before the unmistakable sound of chaos filled the speakers. The lights returned to reveal pandemonium unfolding in the ring. Superstars outside of the match were now involved, and a brawl had erupted. Amidst the madness, Owens, clearly frustrated by the disorder, attempted to take control. However, his efforts were disrupted when Balor capitalized on a moment of distraction, sending Owens crashing into the steel steps. The crowd gasped as the sound echoed throughout the arena. As Owens tried to get back on his feet, it was clear that he had been rattled. But what happened next would only add fuel to the fire. The commentators, Michael Cole and Wade Barrett, were quick to point out the chaos, but they also noted the irony of Owens' situation. The veteran was often the one causing disruption, but this time, it seemed like the chaos had caught up with him. And that's when the mocking began. WWE Universe, can you believe it? The prizefighter is looking a bit lost out there. Michael Cole exclaimed. Kevin Owens, the man who claims to thrive in chaos, might have met his match tonight. Wade Barrett chimed in, his voice dripping with sarcasm. Kevin Owens, the self-proclaimed master of chaos, is in over his head tonight. Maybe he should have stuck to his usual playbook: brawl, fight, repeat. But it seems like the odds have caught up with him. The camera panned to Owens as he struggled to regain his footing, his eyes wild and his breathing labored. The camera angles emphasized his desperation, the sense of frustration mounting as he realized his usual brand of chaos was slipping through his fingers. As the match continued, Owens fought valiantly, taking out Dominic Mysterio with a massive pop-up powerbomb and connecting with Sheamus' brogue kick. However, the tide shifted when Priest snuck in a steel chair, swinging it right at Owens' ribs as the referee was distracted by outside interference. The crowd erupted in boos, knowing that Owens was now at the mercy of the Judgment Day. As the referee counted the 3 count, Owens laid motionless on the canvas. The Judgment Day stood victorious, basking in their triumph. But WWE wasn't about to let Owens off the hook so easily. The mocking continued throughout the night, both in the ring and backstage. In the backstage area, WWE cameras caught Owens pacing back and forth, his face red with frustration. A producer attempted to calm him down, but Owens, now visibly furious, could only mutter a few words in anger. I got caught off guard. It won't happen again, he grumbled. Just as the camera crew thought the moment was over, a familiar face appeared, Paul Heyman. With his signature smirk, Heyman strolled toward Owens, a look of amusement on his face. Kevin, Heyman said, his voice dripping with mock sympathy. The so-called prizefighter, always the one to dish out chaos, but tonight, chaos handed you your first loss in weeks. Owens shot him a glare, but Heyman continued, unfazed. Maybe you're not as invincible as you think, Heyman added, leaning in slightly. Maybe, just maybe, the chaos has outgrown you. Owens, now boiling with rage, took a step forward, but Heyman was already backing away, his laughter echoing down the hallway. The subtle mockery wasn't lost on Owens, and as the camera lingered on him, it was clear he was seething. Later in the evening, as WWE officials took to social media to hype up the events of SmackDown, they couldn't resist poking fun at Owens' downfall. A tweet from the official WWE Twitter account read, Kevin Owens claims to thrive in chaos. But tonight, chaos thrived in him. #SmackDown. The post was met with mixed reactions from fans, some expressing their support for Owens and others joining in on the lighthearted ridicule. Meanwhile, backstage, the chaos continued to unfold in the form of subtle digs at Owens. As he passed by a group of wrestlers, they made no effort to hide their laughter. Did you see Owens tonight? The Chaos King, turned Chaos Clown, one of them said with a grin. In the following weeks, WWE's teasing of Owens only escalated. SmackDown featured several segments where wrestlers would mention how Owens was unable to handle the chaos he so often embraced. From throwaway comments during interviews to segments where superstars would impersonate Owens' chaotic antics, WWE's focus shifted toward undermining the once dominant force. But Owens, never one to back down from a challenge, took all the mockery in stride. On the next episode of SmackDown, he entered with a chip on his shoulder. The camera captured him as he marched to the ring, the crowd cheering wildly for him, sensing that the time for mocking was over. I've heard all your jokes, Owens said, his voice booming through the arena. I've heard all your criticisms. But I'm not backing down. Chaos doesn't control me, I control it. And next week, I'm going to prove that to every one of you. The arena erupted in cheers as Owens stood tall, refusing to let WWE's playful jabs break his spirit. His response was a sign that while WWE may mock him, the prizefighter would always rise above the chaos, ready to prove that he truly is its master. The mockery may have been a chapter in Owens' journey, but the story was far from over. Whether WWE fans were cheering or jeering, they all knew one thing: when it came to chaos, Kevin Owens would always be at the center of the storm. And no amount of teasing would stop him from coming back stronger than ever.